I just want to also share, with you the phenomenon of arms spending did not stop, or the abuse of arms spending did not stop with the Scorpene scandal. Just in the last 3 years, and this was shared by Ipoh in our event last night in KL, and I'd like to share some of that with you. Some of the figures are also in this leaflet, which has been given to you. You can see there is a reference to Eurocopters. I'm going to mention 3 deals. 3 deals to show you the abuse that is continuing to happen, the building of the military-industrial complex that Dr. Phua spoke about, and how it is just going crazy. 3 deals. The first deal is the Eurocopters. Now, Dr. Lee Boon Chai mentioned we stopped the Eurocopters deal. I'm afraid we only stopped it temporarily. The deal has gone through. We have bought, now the figure here is slightly wrong, we have bought 12 Eurocopters for 2.3 billion ringgit. 12 Eurocopters for 2.3 billion. Now, by itself it doesn't sound unusual, except now we must check who else in this world has bought Eurocopters and how much they have paid. Now, 12 Eurocopters for 2.3 billion, how much is that each? Very quickly do your maths, 190 million each, right? For 1 Eurocopter. Now we go to Brazil, let's take a short trip there. Brazil has bought the same Eurocopters. Now they bought 12, they bought 50. Guess what they paid? 4.14 billion ringgit. So, when a Brazilian buys Eurocopters, he gets to only pay 82 million. When Malaysia buys Eurocopters, we pay 190 million for the same thing. Malaysia bought it. Now, in Parliament, William knows this because he's in the PAC. So in Parliament we ask, why pay so much more? They say, no, you must compare apples and oranges. True. So, this is the Kancil, but we bought a Mercedes. We say, fine, okay, in principle sounds logical, you pay more for a Mercedes, fine. So that's why you're saying you pay 190 million, whilst Brazil pays 82 million. Okay, tell us, what are the features that you added to this Eurocopter to make it sound like a Mercedes? You know what's the answer? We cannot tell you. Why official secret? This is it. So they can't explain to you why they have to pay so much more, and that's the end of the story. This is one deal. Now I'm going to show you the second deal. The second deal is the purchase of the 6 petrol ships. They call offshore petrol vehicles, OPVs, worth 6.75 billion. About 1 billion per ship. Now, just recently, a few days ago, it was also revealed that 6 billion might now even become 10 billion, which means the price is going to become 1.6 billion ringgit per ship. Now this is not an aircraft carrier, this is just a petrol vehicle, offshore petrol vehicle. The average price out there being paid by other countries, 200, 300 million. But Malaysia insists on paying 1 billion ringgit at the current price. Whose money is that? Our money. This is one answer. Now, the third one. The third one is also mentioned here. About 257 APCs worth 8 billion. That's roughly correct. How much is that worth for each? That's about approximately 30 million ringgit each. Now what is an APC? Armored Personnel Carrier. That's what it is. Okay? It is basically a glorified term for a lorry with armored plating. Okay? Because it is meant to carry people. It's not a tank. A tank is different. A tank is more complex, more sophisticated. This one, armored lorry, because it is meant to carry people. That's why it's called armored personnel vehicle. Plus it's got a small gun. Okay? 30 million ringgit. Now, Tony Paul told us this yesterday. I want to share with you. He went and did some research. He's a very good guy on research. So he goes and checks on the internet and finds out how much the rest of the world is paying for APCs. Now again, to avoid this argument about, oh, you are comparing my Lamborghini with my Kancil, he said, okay, he went and found the price of the best APC in the world. The best APC made by an American company, sold to the Americans, sold to the Israelis, and sold to the Saudi Arabians. The best one. You know how much they paid? 9.5 million. 9.5 million ringgit each. Malaysian APC, 30 million. That's the best APC in the world. It's being sold at 9.5 million ringgit each. New Zealand bought APCs suitable to their requirements, 4.5 million ringgit each. Malaysian requirement, 30 million ringgit each. This is what's happening. And this is the final irony of it. Now, the 9.5 million one, you're paying because it is made by the top, it's a top company in US, I forget the name, but they've got the experience, they produce the best sophisticated APC in the world. Guess who is getting the contract for this one? A company called DRB Ipoh. Why? Because they make lorries.
They make lorries, yeah.
Do they have a design for this current APC? You ask them, no design yet. We're still thinking about it. So this government has gone and signed a contract for 257 APCs worth 8 billion ringgit of our money to buy from this company who does not even have a prototype, who does not even have a design. You go and buy a country, what do? You go to the showroom, you look at it, you feel it, you touch it, you drive it, then you buy it. These guys have bought it without even looking at it. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the same time, Dr. Pua reminded us about how we will have to look at defense policy, defense spending differently. Not too long ago, the Barisan National Government removed the small subsidy on sugar. They took away a 20-cent subsidy on sugar. Why? Because they said, we have to save money. We are in deficit. So how much did they save? They increased the price of sugar by 20 cents, removed the subsidy, in order to save 112 billion ringgit. But that has now, of course, knocked down prices for food, inflation and so on. So we carry the cost of higher cost of food and the cost of living. For to save 112 million. But you saw the sums I mentioned just now. Did I talk about 10 million, 100 million? No, I was talking about 8 billion. I was talking about 10 billion for the offshore, the OPVs, the ships. 8 billion for the APCs. Govt, 2.3 billion already spent. And here they are telling us we cannot afford to subsidize sugar 20 cents and therefore we must save 112 million. Recently they also raised the price of electricity. Right? And they pushed it up a bit. One fact they didn't make too clear. As of December 31st, there is a subsidy which has been maintained for many years so that those who use less than about 20 or 30 ringgit worth of electricity, about 300 units, are given a complete subsidy. This is for the poorest families. And a few 100,000 families enjoy that subsidy. Now the government has announced, after 31st December, that subsidy will be removed. Why? In order to save 110 billion ringgit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we need to see. In the name, you are taking away the subsidies for the poor, but you are willing to splurge. You are willing to spend tens of billions of dollars and to buy all this unnecessary military equipment, not at honest prices. Even if you bought it at honest prices, perhaps it could be justified. You are buying at dishonest, fraudulent, corrupt prices. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying this. Hopefully, one day we will establish the truth. We will find justice in the French judicial system. Now the question is, will we ever find justice in the Malaysian judicial system, in the Malaysian justice system? What will it take for us to find justice for Untold, not just in Paris, but also in Malaysia? What will it take for us all to find justice for all of us, so that our tax money, our public money, our tax dollars is spent honestly and for the genuine benefit of the majority of the people? The gentleman there took the exact words out of my mouth. There is no other answer but a change of government. Thank you very much.